You currently reside in Los Angeles,
Yes, sir.
but you're from Pontiac, Michigan. How old were you when you made that move?
I was 18. I just turned 18. So I dropped out. I'm gonna go in depth for you. That's cool.
Sure.
So when I was making a lot of money on YouTube. I'm talking about like in college making $30,000-$40,000 a month. You know what I mean? And at that point, I'm like, I was waking up. I was like setting alarms for 8 a.m. classes and shit. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what the fuck? Like my tuition is only what, 50 racks? I made that shit already. Why am I still here? You know what I mean? So I ended up skipping class for 3 weeks. And then my birthday came around. And I told my ex, because I didn't want to go by myself. So it was around my birthday. This was 2016. It was on my birthday. And I was like, let me visit LA. So I just bought a plane ticket to LA. It was my first time ever coming here or coming to LA. And I just fell in love with the city. It was completely different than where I was from. You can feel the work vibes. You can just feel like everybody out here is a go-getter. Ain't nobody out here to try to rob nobody. They got their own shit going. Ain't nobody thinking about you. It's just all about making it. You know what I mean? When I got out there, I caught that vibe. And right after I made that little trip, I ended up moving. And I was 18 when it happened.
Now, why choose LA to even just do that little trip? Why not New York City? Why not Atlanta? Why not Miami?
I don't like the cold. For New York, I hate the cold. I hate the snow. I don't like being sick. LA got perfect weather. Atlanta is like, it's like LA, Atlanta, then New York in my list of cities that I would live in. I love Atlanta, but LA, it just seemed like no matter what, you can live in Atlanta, you can live in New York, you have to come to LA if you want to be somebody at some point. You know, so it was like I might as well go where all this shit stemmed from.
But for you, at 18 years old, to go to LA, was it because you saw other major influencers there, other big people on YouTube over there? Was it the music side of things that you wanted to go over there for? What specifically?
At this time when I first moved, I wasn't thinking about music, to be honest. I was thinking about making them racks on YouTube, you know? So I saw all the other big creators over there, and I'm like, it's something going on. It's a lifestyle, because I used to watch a few people vlogs, and I only watched them because they were in LA, and I always wanted to live there. So I'm like, okay, I can sit around here and vlog this dead ass street with no cars on the road, or I can go to LA and vlog some crazy shit, you know what I mean, and live a good life and live a fast life and living this fun lifestyle to display on the internet. So it was more of like it was a business move, and at the same time, it was just the best thing for me to do, get to the next level.
Now, this sounds like a self-made decision, not a suggestion from somebody.
Nah, this was all me for sure. Like even like my sister, she told me I was done for dropping out. You know, shout out to her though. You know, I know she loved me, but it's just people didn't believe in the vision. You know, a lot of family members and friends was like, hey, what the fuck are you dropping out for? That's dumb. You know, but they didn't know my bank account. So even I used to ask my friends back when I was in college, I was like, man, how much money would you need to make for you to drop out? And they could vouch for me. I used to ask them that all the time. They're like, shit, bro, I'm making 10 racks a month, bro. I'm out of here. I'm dropping out. Little they know I'm catching 30, 40. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not tripping. I need to get the fuck up out of here.
Now, often people will say, you need a bag to move to LA. You need a bag to live in LA.
Yeah.
And when they say bag, it's, of course, money we're talking. Is that true? Do you need a bag to live around LA, to move into LA? Or?
Yeah, that's facts. Because when I first moved to LA, I wanted this penthouse, right? It was like 2 stories, glass windows and shit. And I applied for it, but I didn't get it because I didn't have this. I had a big check coming, right? So I had to wait till that fat ass check came in, and then I had to go back to LA so I can get that apartment that I wanted. And that apartment that I got was the penthouse I wanted, and it was like $5,000 a month. Which out here in Atlanta, you paying $5,000 a month, you got a mega mansion. You know what I'm saying? So LA, you know, it's expensive. It's on a whole nother level. But it's like you don't only pay for the place, you paying for the weather, the businesses, the opportunities. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to leave LA. It's everything is there.
If you didn't have that YouTube check, that monthly YouTube check that you were getting, you wouldn't be able to maneuver in LA as you wanted to. You wouldn't be able to.
Fuck no. I would have been still in college if I wasn't making that money, for sure, 100%. I'm smart with my shit. I wouldn't move out there with no money, nothing crazy like that. So I would have still been in college. Probably would have been graduating by now.
You being at 18, were you living at the time with your parents or no?
Nah, I was staying in the dorms.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You
I was
were.
staying in the dorms, so I was on my own.
Just curious, what did your parents think about you going to LA?
Support like a motherfucker. Like, my mom always been all for what I do, no matter what it was, you know. My dad too, it was never like, why you doing that, nothing crazy. A lot of people got strict parents. My parents, they was already all for it. So my mom knew though, because I've been paying my mom rent for like 3 years now. So she knew that I was making a lot of money. So she was like, do whatever the hell you want to do. So I did my thing.
Does she want to come to LA and live with you or live in LA herself? Do you want to bring her out there or?
Moved her out.
You did?
Yeah, my mom stayed in LA. 2 months ago, I bought her a brand new 2019 Mercedes. I'm a great son, you know. I do my thing. I try my best, you know. So yeah, I definitely had to get my mom out of there immediately. Come on now. Yeah.
Was that hard for her to adjust?
Yeah, at first, I've been trying to move my mom out for a minute. She just moved like last July, but she was supposed to move like way before that, but she was like kind of hesitant because she didn't know anything but Pontiac, Michigan. So I finally got her to make that move, and she loves it now. She's living a good life.
She had a job when she was in Pontiac?
She did, until I started making so much money where I paid all her bills. So I told her I didn't want her to work anymore.
Now, 2020, hindsight 2020 here, looking back, at 18 years old, moving to LA, was that the right decision for you?
100,000%. Because if I wouldn't have moved to LA, I would have never met my manager, you know what I'm saying, which got me on the music level to this position that I'm at now. I would have never been in front of you right now if I didn't come to LA. You know, I made a lot of connections that really was essential and detrimental to my whole career. So, yeah, LA was definitely the perfect move for me.
Do you still have family in Pontiac?
Yeah, I do.
How often do you travel back and forth these days?
I don't go back to Pontiac because it's just like every time I go, the vibe is like, oh, you too good for somebody. But in reality, I'm literally the same nigga that I've been, you know. But Pontiac is a lot of bored shit to do. It's not too much to do. And there's not a lot of money going around, so I'm a walking target. So I don't go back as much, but I do want to give back to Pontiac, to the schools and shit like that. I know the kids love me out there, but for the most part, it's just like, you know, that's usually what happened to artists. That's usually what happened to, you know, people that make it out. Their city is the most dangerous place because people look at you like your hometown friends or anybody that watches you. They like, ooh, this nigga got it good. I want that watch. Ooh, I gotta get that, you know what I'm saying? And then it turns into violence, and then motherfuckers get killed, motherfuckers get robbed. In reality, it shouldn't be like that. It should just be like, I'm proud of you, you know? But it's not like that. I don't get too much love.
Did you face backlash for the move from Pontiac?
I mean, people try to clout chase sometimes, but that's typical. I really don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck who hate on me. Shit, I'm good. For real.
Do people in Pontiac feel like you abandoned them?
I don't know why. If they do, shit, ain't nobody. Look, I was so closed off in Pontiac. I was all about my books and everything, and I took my ass to college like a normal kid should have. You know what I mean? I was never in the streets or nothing like that. I was too smart for that. I was a good kid. You know what I mean? So I couldn't abandon nobody because everybody that I was around, I tried my best to put them in a position to be where I'm at right now. But it was their choice if they wanted to take my advice or not. You know what I mean? So now people nowadays hit me up like, oh, I'm trying to do this now, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nigga, if you would have been doing this shit when I fucking told you, me and you would be next door neighbors right now. But you didn't listen. You know what I mean? So it's not my fault. I didn't abandon nobody. I tried to bring people with me, but, you know.
In your defense, you do rep Pontiac through your social media handle.
So my first channel, Pontiac made DDG. My second channel, Pontiac made DDG vlogs. My Snapchat, Instagram, Pontiac made DDG. So I tell people Pontiac made me because the struggles that I went through in Pontiac inspired me. You know what I'm saying? It made me feel like, okay, nigga, I'm not finna live like this. I'm not finna stay in this shit. I need to think above. And that's why I grind so hard in school. I'm like, okay, let me go to college. And through college, I fell in love with creating videos and shit. And then through creating videos, I was able to accumulate lots of money. And then through that, I was able to move out, get out of Pontiac and move to LA. And through that, I was able to make music and, you know what I'm saying? So it's all a chain of events.
Speaking of LA, when you moved to LA, was the community of LA accepting of you, or did they look at you as competition? Oh, here's another YouTube creator. We already have enough of those.
Nah, because I never been the type to collab with people.
Okay.
I never been the type to reach out or nothing. I always wanted to be my own person, you know? So for the most part, you know, my closest homies now, they reached out to me and I was open because I didn't have no friends in Pontiac. So
You mean LA?
Yeah, my bad, LA. So then they hit me back, I hit them back, blah, blah, blah. We linked up, bam. I got my little circle going in LA. And I keep my circle small, so I mean, people might look at me as competition, but I don't look at nobody else as competition. I'm doing my own thing. I'm in my own race right now.
When people in LA realized that you had moved there, even though you don't really collab, did other creators reach out to you?
Yeah. A lot of people reached out to me, you know? For the most part, if I feel like it makes sense, then, you know, we make that happen. But I don't usually reach out. It's not for selfish reasons or thinking I'm better than nobody or no shit like that. It's just I'm really an introvert. But I know how to talk, as you can see. You know, I'm communicating, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
How long have you been in LA at this point?
About 3 years, close to 3 years now.
When it comes to LA, what do you enjoy most of the city? What's the one thing you enjoy the most?
I get inspired every day in LA. You know, I might slide through Beverly Hills. And right now in my life, when I first moved to LA, it was a bigger inspiration because I had nothing like that. You know, when I first moved to LA, I probably had, you know, I spent a lot of money. I'm not gonna lie to you. I spent a whole lot of money. So around when I was in LA, when I first got my apartment and shit, I probably had about, you know, like 60 racks or some shit like that. And then I would go somewhere like Beverly Hills and it'd be crazy because I would see Lamborghinis and all this crazy shit. And I'd be like, man, I want that one day. Fast forward 2 years later, I got me a nice little BMW i8, got a G-Wagon. So now when I ride down Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills, I'm like, yeah, nigga, what's up? I got a G-Wagon too. Oh, I got that Go-Yard bag. I got that Gucci too. Woo. But then I might look to the left of me and see a Rolls-Royce truck. I'm like, fuck, I ain't done working. You know, so it just put me at a position where I want to just keep grinding. So that's why I love LA.
Biggest pet peeve of the city of Los Angeles?
Traffic. I hate it. You know, 5 miles away, it might take you 30, 40 minutes. That shit is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? You better off walking in LA, to be honest with you. It's crazy.
What about gang activity?
I ain't experienced none of that shit yet. I stay in the good parts. You know, I'm a safe person. You know what I mean? You're not gonna catch me fucking walking through Compton or crip walking through Inglewood or some shit like that. I'm good, bro. I don't need to die. I don't need none of that action right now. I'm happy. I'm good. So I don't be in no gang activity, nigga. You want to do that, go do that shit over there. I'm valedictorian in high school. I ain't thinking about that, nigga. I'm trying to get this bag. So I don't really be, you know, I don't be in no dangerous spots. If I feel a vibe that is dangerous, I leave. I value my life way too much.
But we have seen celebrities that don't claim a color at first, move to LA, and then they affiliate themselves.
That ain't me. You ain't gonna catch me talking about I'm a blood of the Crip. I'm good. I'm DDG. That's what color I'm repping. I'm straight. I'm good.
Now, when it comes to moving to a new city, somebody watching this, maybe they're thinking of doing the same thing for whatever career choice it is, right? Or career path. You moved at 18 years old.
Yeah.
How does one know the right time to move?
When you financially stable, I would say that, because you know when you got enough money to move somewhere. Now, I done made some dumb decisions. You know, when I got my I-8, I wasn't even, you know, I didn't have that much money. And I put like $20,000 down. And I didn't have that, but I believed in myself. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna make that shit back regardless. So, I don't know. I guess it's just being financially stable, believing in yourself for the most part, but be smart about it. Don't go blow all your money.